Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Was Betrayed and Was the Last Person of Saiyan Race Part 5. Before we start, please go support Agarth and Reaper AC7 for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Issei is a male in this story. Chapter 20. The confrontation begins. Battle between the twin universes. Issei had achieved SSJROs, but that wasn't the only thing he had changed about him. Issei. It is an exceptional feeling. With a sadistic smile. With this power I will make all those who dared to have betrayed me pay. Greg. You are very strange, you don't usually behave like this. The brunette returned to his base state. Suddenly he felt a terrible headache. This made him come to his senses. Issei. Drake, what happened to me? I was behaving very strangely. Greg. It is the consequence of having transferred the evil energy to you. Apparently when you transformed into SSJROs, your mentality and way of being changed completely. I think this will also happen when you feel hatred, resentment or another negative emotion. Issei. Well, as long as I don't use it I'll be fine, it will only be for extreme cases. Well, it would be better to go back to school, I think it's been an hour. Greg. You're right. The brunette proceeded to walk out of the time room. He said goodbye to Dend and Mr. Popo, returning with his teleportation to the school. As he walked back to his classroom, he ran into Riaz, Zenobia, Irina, Kaneko, and Asia. As I pass by them I simply ignore them. Until Riaz takes his arm. Riaz. Issei, can you talk to us for a moment? Issei. Turning around with a sinister look, how dare you touch me with your impure hands, you dirty demon. The brunette expelled a burst of energy that knocked the girls to the ground. Issei. With a sadistic smile, I think I haven't been harsh enough with you yet. They will receive the divine punishment they deserve, served by my hand. At that moment, Sona and Tsubaki see what was happening. They approach him and take his arm, making him come to his senses. Sona. What's wrong with you? You're acting too strange. Tsubaki. It's not the first time you've behaved like this, do you feel bad or something? Issei. It's nothing. He holds his head. This damn pain again. Sona. Come, let's go, we'll take you to Hasegawa-sensei. Tsubaki, Sona and Issei walk towards the infirmary, leaving Riaz and the others in shock at what had just happened and at the Saiyan's attitude. Once in the infirmary, Chisato began to check on Issei, who was sitting on a stretcher. Chisato. Physically you are fine, there is no injury or fracture. But I can feel a strange energy inside you. Sona. Do you plan to explain to us or not? Worried. Issei. Okay. When the miserable Razor had Drake in his possession, he experimented with the boosted gear using negative energy. Tsubaki. We already knew that, but what we don't understand is that strange behavior recently. Issei. When I revived Drake using the Dragon Balls, the negative energy was still inside him. Little by little the energy merged with my body when I felt a negative emotion, such as hatred towards Charlotte or fury when so was hurt. Chan. Sona. Blushing, don't tell me that. Issei. Yes, I asked Drake to transfer the negative energy to me. I felt incredible. When I tried to transform into SSJ Blue, the Kai was different, just like my appearance. So thanks to that I discovered a new transformation. Chisato. Could you show it to us, so we can see exactly what you're talking about? Issei. Well, if you want it that way. Chisato. Wait, I'll create a barrier. Chisato created a barrier just like the one from the last time Issei was in the infirmary. Chisato. Well, you can transform with confidence. Issei. Hi, transforming into SSJROs. Issei. Well, extending her arms, it doesn't seem like an exorbitant transformation. Through this form I will achieve absolute power that is beyond the level of the gods. Sona. Surprised, it really is a very beautiful color. Issei. The name I decided to give this beautiful form is Rose, Super Saiyan Rose. Chisato. You could say that he is the counterpart of Super Saiyan Blue. Issei. That's my beautiful Hasegawa-sensei. Only this form is much purer and perfect. Chisato. Well, you can go back to normal. Blushing. Issei. Returning to his base state. Good, but the problem is the attitude. At some point he could lose control, and that would be dangerous. At that moment Drake's gem appeared in Issei's hand. Drake. Negative energy manifests when the wearer presents a negative emotion, so it does not only occur when using the SSJROs. From what I could see when my partner transformed, he did not use as much energy as the SSJ Blue, and he also had much more resistance, speed, and strength. Chisato. Well, I think I have a solution for that. Passing into his divine form, Chisato changed into her form as the protective goddess of Furia, creating a magic circle. Later, black energy began to come out of the chestnut tree. After a while, the magic circle that the goddess had formed disappeared and the energy that came out of Issei disappeared. Chisato. Ready, drain the excess negative energy from your body, leaving some which will allow you to use your new transformation to its maximum capacity. Issei. Thank you very much Hasegawa-sensei. Sona. Well, let's go back to class. Sona, Tsubaki and Issei returned to each of their classes respectively, the rest of the classes went on normally. On the way home, Issei told A21, Akeno, Roswis and Kuroka about his new transformation. When they were about to get home they realized that Whis was waiting for them at the entrance of the house. Whis. Hijoho, what a surprise, Issei-san, girls, it's great to see you again. Issei. Sensei, I'm glad to see you. Whis. Do you have a minute? Everyone entered the house, the girls with the help of Issei prepared tea and bought some sweets. When they had everything ready they sat in the living room. Issei proceeded to tell her about her new transformation. Whis. So Super Saiyan Rose, it's strange, as far as I know, the only one who used that transformation was the guy who stole your grandfather's body. Issei. What does Whis-sensei think? Whis. Well, based on what Goku and Vegeta told us after fighting Black, he had characteristics that made him a little superior to SSJ Blue. But I leave the rest to your discretion. Sona. So that means it's okay for Issei-kun to use it? Whis. Partly yes, what I mean by this is that Issei-sen will evaluate on his own the path he wants to take to become stronger. I will only be in charge of guiding and advising him as his teacher, but the rest is up to him. His decision. Issei. So what is that? I'll be able to handle it. My goal is to surpass my grandfather and Mr. Vegeta so that they feel proud of me. Whis. He ho ho, that's how they say it. By the way, the reason for my visit is to explain the rules of the tournament. Takes a sip of his tea. Well, the tournament will consist of 5 1v1 battles. The universe that wins 3 out of 5 battles will be the winner of the tournament. The rules are simple, you cannot use weapons, the participant who surrenders or leaves the combat arena will automatically lose. Mr. Beerus chose you as captain of the team, the second member will be Eyes, in fact I already went to talk to him a few hours ago, so the last 2 members. Issei. If it's me and Eyes, the third member of the team will be 21. A21. Huh. You're sure? Issei. Completely, you have incredible abilities so I trust you. A21. Blush, it's fine. Issei. We can even train together with Whis-sensei. Whis. Speaking of which, I think it won't be possible. Issei. Huh. Because. Missed. Whis. Both Mr. Beerus and Mr. Champa agreed that in the remaining days of the tournament, neither my sister Vados nor I would intervene in the training of the participants. So they will train on their own. Issei. Well, I'll see how 21 and I manage. Whis. Okay, Mr. Beerus told me that he has a lot of confidence in you, so don't let him down. Issei. Don't worry Whis-sensei, 21 and I will do our best. Whis. That's good to hear, you can also invite people you want, it will be much better if there are many spectators. Issei. Yes, I will feel much better if all of them are there. Everyone finished eating and headed to the entrance of the house to say goodbye to Whis. Whis. Well, I'll come for you in 3 days at 5 o'clock according to your schedule. Remember to be ready in advance and try to get the other members. Well, I'm leaving. Whis went back to Beerus's planet, leaving Issei and the others. They entered the house to continue playing the theme of the upcoming tournament. Issei. Well, since we need to train for as long as possible 21 and I won't go to school, So-chan, could you give me a permit to justify my absence? Sona. Okay, but what about 21-san? A21. I'll just send an email to the director saying that I'm absent because I'm sick. Sona. Well, I'll help you, I hope you make the most of your training. Roswis. By the way Issei-kun, who will be the other participants? Whis-san said that weapons are not allowed so Kiba won't be able to participate and the only one of us who has enough power to fight against guys from another universe is 21-san. Issei. But I know who I'll ask, putting his fingers on his forehead. I got it, I'll be back in a moment. Issei teleported to the top of a building in Kuo, at the edge of it was a white-haired man observing the city. Bali. Wow, what a surprise, it's strange to see you again. Hi to Issei. Issei. Confident smile, long time no see. Vali. Bali. I know you're not here to fight, because otherwise you would have already attacked me. Issei. You are right, I am here to make you an invitation. Bali. Huh. What type? Issei. In 3 days a martial arts tournament will be held against Universe 6, we are missing members, so I thought you would like to fight with powerful individuals from other universes. Bali. Who would say? The dragons that were destined to fight to the death will be fighting together. Issei. Are you going to accept or not? I do not have all day. Bali. I agree. But then you and I will have to fight again. I want to know your new powers. Issei. Whatever, remember to be punctual, everyone will meet at my house at 5 o'clock. Well, placing his fingers on her forehead, see you, he teleports. Issei returned to her house to tell the girls about Vali's addition to the team. Tsubaki. Well, you already made Vali join, but there is still one more to go. Issei. Sarah Sarerg-san, I'm sure he would love to participate. Sona. I can help you with that, I can send a letter to his family, so you won't have to go. Issei. Thank you very much So-chan. You're the best. The rest of the day happened normally. The next day, Issei woke up a little after everyone left for school. He got up and began to go down the stairs, arriving at the dining room and meeting Kuroka. She prepared breakfast for him, he ate with her. The Nekomata told him that she would go to school, even though the Saiyan would not attend, since she wanted to keep an eye on her sister. She said goodbye to the Saiyan and left. The brunette finished eating and sat on the sofa in the living room. He closed his eyes trying to meditate a little. A few minutes later I heard 21's voice. A21. Issei-kun. Are you okay? Issei. Opening his eyes. 21. The android is in front of hers, with 2 cups of coffee, one in each hand, with only her robe as the only garment on her body. A21. Here he gives him a cup of coffee. You stayed like that for a long time. Issei. Blushing your clothes. Turning. A21. Ah, it's nothing. She sits next to her. I don't know why you're surprised if I always sleep naked next to you. Issei. Well, it doesn't matter, you look a little tired. A21. Yawns. In fact yes, I was working on something that can be useful to both of us. Issei. And what is it about? A21. Come with me. Getting up from the couch, they both walked towards the patio of the house. From the pockets of her robe, 21 took out a kind of capsule, pressed the button on it and threw it a few meters away from her. The exploding capsule began to release a large screen of smoke. When the smoke vanished, a kind of giant dome. Issei. What is that? Surprised. A21. It is an anti-gravity chamber, based on the plans of the Capsule Corporation. We can train at ease. Issei. You really are incredible. 21. He hugs her. A21. Blush. Thank you. Issei. Well, let's start at once. They both entered the house again and prepared to go to training. They entered the gravity chamber, adjusted the gravity to x100 multiplier based on the Earth's gravity. At first they started by trying to get used to the environment of the place. For Issei it was not a problem, but 21 had a few difficulties, so he switched to his Majin form to be able to move freely. Issei. Transforming into SSJ2. Well, let's start with the fun. A21. Okay. Increasing his Kai. They both began to fight, exchanging blows with each other. To Issei's surprise, 21 could level with SSJ2. Issei hit 21, but she returned it with double the force. Then they collide, both fists creating a great noise and then separate. Issei. Wow. 21. I didn't know you had improved so much. A21. Let's say I've been training on my own from time to time. And to put it in a way, I'm holding back. Issei. Well, in that case, I am moving on to SSJ4. Let's see how you deal with the 4th level. A21. Shaking his head. No, not that. I want you to attack me with your maximum power. It would be useless if you hold back. Issei. Returning to his base state. Are you sure? A21. Totally. Issei. Hey, I passing to SSJROs. Well dear, attack me with all your strength. I extend her arms. 21 began to attack Issei, but without much effort he dodged all of her blows. They both moved away a little, so that without wasting time they began to head towards each other with their fists in front. When they collided, they stayed still for a moment. 21 returned to her base state and fell unconscious. Before she hit the ground, Issei took her in his arms. Issei. Without a doubt, an absolutely splendid demonstration. With a malicious smile. A21. Sorry. I couldn't keep up with you. Issei. Don't worry, under my tutelage you will reach the maximum point of your wonderful power. Returning to its base state. Let's rest a little. We have spent the whole morning training. They both went out to rest, since even though Issei was not even agitated, he preferred that 21 rest and not feel too much pressure with training. They both had lunch and returned to training for most of the afternoon. When they got out of the gravity chamber, there were still a couple of hours before the girls returned from school. Both sweaty from the hard training, they decided to take a bath. A21. Well, that was very heavy for me. Issei. To tell the truth, this is nothing compared to Lord Whiss's training. But I feel a great improvement in my speed. A21. Well, I'm going to take a bath. Issei. Okay, I'll see you later. A21. Wait. Takes his arm. Why don't we take a bath together? Blush. Issei. If you want that. Blushing. They both entered the bathroom. As they were alone, they had the entire luxurious bathtub for the two of them. Issei sat down, leaning his back on the edge of the bathtub. Suddenly A21 approached and sat right in the middle of his legs, resting his back on Issei's chest. Issei. Blushing and nervous. Number 21. A21. Is there anything wrong with it? Blush. Issei. Not at all, it feels good. Lemon skipped. Please read it on website. Issei got up to open the door. When he opened the door, someone jumped out to hug him. Issei-kun hugs him. Issei. Leviathan Sama. Serafal. No, Sarah-chan with a smile. Issei. Okay, Sarah-chan separating from the hug. Sona. She went to visit the school, and when I told her about the tournament she went crazy saying that she wanted to see you. Issei. Oh, I see, that's why you're visiting. Laughing a little. Serafal. Visiting. but I have come to stay. Smiling. Issei. Huh. Serafal. That's right. From now on I will live here. Sona. What? Blushing, but don't you have to keep an eye on the underworld? Serafal. From here I can be, with Issei-kun we are all safe. Issei. If you say so. By the way, So-chan, did you send the letter to Saraerg-san? Sona. Yes, they responded quickly, their response was positive, so with it we can assume that the team is complete. Issei. That's good to hear. By the way, Sara-chan. I will help you carry your things and get settled in your room. Issei helped Serafal get settled, explaining that they all slept naked with him. At first Serafal thought it was a joke, but as the brunette explained, she changed her mind and agreed to sleep with him like the others did. A while passed, and they got ready to have dinner. While Issei devoured everything, the girls caught her attention. Despues. By the way, Issei-kun, we have something to tell you. Issei. Eating, and what is it about? Bekeno. Well, you seem nervous. Despues. We went to invite Kiba and Gasper to the tournament, but at that time Surzich's Sama was visiting Ria's, he asked us, and we had no choice but to tell him. Bekeno. He said that he would be present with Ria's entourage and the leaders of the angels and fallen angels. Hearing this, Issei almost choked on his food, he hit his chest a couple of times to swallow with some difficulty and drink some water. Issei. Waddy. He practically invited himself, well it doesn't matter, I'll see how I can take advantage of that. Bekeno. Ara, it seems like you didn't bother. Issei. I shouldn't have done it. Everyone finished eating, cleaned the plates and prepared tea to sit in the living room to talk. Tsubaki. By the way, Issei-kun, how was the training with 21? Issei. Nervous and blushing training. Oh yes, it was very intense, more than I expected. A21. Blushing. Issei-kun is right, it was very hard, thanks to the gravity chamber. Issei. Exactly, the gravity chamber, and we didn't do anything other than train. Nervous. Chisato. 1 second, threatening look. Issei. Damn, I'm lost, damn it, the brunette said in his mind. Chisato. Like a gravity chamber. Issei and 21. Huh. A21. Well yes, a gravity chamber, I invented it based on the plans from my old work. Sona. That's incredible, I imagine that was very helpful. Issei. In fact, that helped me increase my speed, I feel my body much lighter. Despues. That's good to hear. Kuroka. Nyan, I trust Issei. Serafal. Same with me, there is no one stronger than Issei-kun with a smile. The rest of the day passed normally, like the 3 remaining days until the tournament began. The girls also decided to skip classes to support Issei and 21 in training. Both made great advances in their power thanks to the gravity chamber. The day of the tournament. The beginning of the day passed normally until there were about 20 minutes left before Whis arrived for them. Volley was already there, talking with Issei in the courtyard. From a magic circle appeared Surzich's, Saraerg, Ria's and his entourage, Azazel, Michael and Gabriel. The brunette went to greet Saraerg. Issei. Saraerg-san, thank you for coming. Saraerg. Thanks to you for inviting me, when I received Sona's letter, I couldn't contain the excitement of fighting strong guys. Issei. Yes, I'm also excited to have amazing fights. Saraerg. Let's do our best. Issei and Saraerg fist bumped. Surzich's approached. Surzich's. Issei-kun, sorry for inviting myself and the others, I promise that I will make it up to you somehow after the tournament. Issei. No problem, Surzich's Sama. At that moment, Whis arrived to tell Issei that it was time for the tournament. Whis. Oh wow, it looks like we will have a lot of people, it looks like it will be a good show. By the way, Issei-san, are you all ready yet? Issei. Looking around her, no, missing 21, I'll go get her. Issei entered the house, went up the stairs to room 21, the door was half open. Issei. 21. Are you there? Opening the door more. When Issei entered she would see something that would leave him very surprised. 21 looked different and she looked much more beautiful with her new look. Issei stared at her. A21. What's happening? Is it because of my hair? Even though I will fight and mess up my hair and end up being a mess, I would at least like to look good before the battle. Issei. You look beautiful, blushing. A21. Enough, you make me nervous, blushing. 21 approached and kissed him on the mouth. A21. We are going to win, yes. Issei. Yes. They both went down the stairs to the patio where everyone was. Issei told them to touch her back to teleport to Beerus's planet. When they arrived, the arena was already ready, with the stands and a glass dome, to prevent the planet from being destroyed by the attacks of the participants. The spectators were arranged according to the universe they supported, even the Supreme Kaiosama of each universe were there. The participants were on a platform next to the spectators according to their universe. Beerus. Wow, I see that you are ready, fight with all confidence, but don't think about disappointing me. Issei. Trust me, Lord Beerus. We will do our best. The tournament presenter and referee interrupted everyone. Presenter. Ladies and gentlemen who are with us, today we will have the confrontation between U6 and U7. Below is the presentation of the participants. In Universe 6, Shallot, Kale and Caulifla, a trio of Saiyans from the planet Sadala. Tsurumi and Amikian and Kulder and Arkosian from U6. On the U7 side, we have Haidu Issei, the last Saiyan of his universe, Eyes, an Arkosian emperor of his planet, 21 the bio-android, Volley Lucifer, a demon with dragon Albion powers, and Sarairg Bale, a demon expert in fighting and exceptional abilities. The presenter explained the rules and started the tournament. Announcer. We'll start with our first fight. What will it be between participant Tsurumi and participant Volley? The Namek jumped onto the platform. Volley. Well, it seems that I will start. Issei. Don't even think about losing. Volley. Don't worry, just trust me. Volley spread his wings and descended towards the platform. Tsurumi. So you are my opponent, please don't hold back. Volley. Same thing, I just hope to have a good fight. Albion. Vanishing Dragon Balance Breaker. Presenter. Are you ready? To fight. Chapter 21. Epic Multiversal Battles, Clash between U6 and U7. Part 1. When Volley and Tsurumi were about to start fighting, Champa interrupted them. Champa. Referee, the Universe 7 participant is using a weapon. Referee. Huh. A weapon. Iris. You've already started, or are you already afraid of losing? That's part of it, plus armor is a special technique, it's like a Super Saiyan transformation. Angry. Champa. Referee, check it out. The referee approaches Volley and begins to inspect him. Albion. Is there a problem? Referee. Huh. Who said that? Scared. Albion. I will say it in words that you understand, I am the dragon that is inside Volley. And this armor is my physical manifestation. Referee. I don't see that he is breaking the rules, the dragon is part of him, so there is no problem. Turns to Tsurumi. Tsurumi. There is no problem for me. You could hurry up, I didn't come here to stand by and watch the fight be decided by the rules. Referee. Well, in that case, I authorize Volley's participation. Sorry ladies and gentlemen for the delay, now we will begin once and for all the fight between the participant Volley and the participant Tsurumi. The arena board lit up with images of the participants from each universe, and a blue line joined the images of Volley and Tsurumi. Albion. Have you already thought of some strategy? Remember that we do not know the fighting style of that guy from another universe. Volley. Relax, will you? I'll think of something confident. Referee. Okay, now yes, fight. Tsurumi lunged at Volley, but he stopped his blow. Volley punched the Namek, sending him away. Tsurumi. Wow, this is surprising, I didn't expect an earthling to have this strength. Volley. Confident, I'll take that as a compliment. Tsurumi. It would be a mistake if I trusted you against you. Volley launched himself towards Tsurumi and both began to exchange blows at high speed. While everyone watched the fight excitedly. Iris. Wow, that kid doesn't do bad at all. Whis. Apparently he has the same qualities as Issei-san regarding the subject of dragons. By the way, Issei-san, I understand that both of them are rivals. Issei. Let's say yes. Whis. Jojoho, they remind me of Goku and Vegeta. Issei noticed that 21 was a little nervous, he put his hand on hers making her blush. Issei. Are you nervous? He asks a little worried. A21. Huh. Because you said so? Issei. It shows on your face. A21. It's just I'm afraid of losing and that you'll be disappointed after training with me all this time. Issei. Don't worry, he hugs her, it doesn't matter if you lose or win, I will always feel proud of you. A21. But blush. Issei. Relax, if something happens, I'll take care of the rest. Now let's just have fun with the tournament. A21. You're right, with a smile. Meanwhile, on the spectators' side, everyone was watching the fight except Sona and the others who were jealous of the hug that Issei gave 21. Upon seeing this, he teleports to the stands. And he sits next to them. Issei. What's with those looks? Strange, does something bad happening? Roswis. Was something wrong with 21-san? Issei. Yes, she said that she was nervous about the fight, but she already feels better. Sona. And what about you? Issei. Well, the truth is that I'm eager to start. Tsubaki. Wow, he adjusts his glasses. I thought you were here more to get revenge on that Shallot guy than to fight for fun. Issei. That doesn't matter anymore, Tsu-chan, I fully trust my abilities. I know I can defeat that bastard. Trusted. Chisato. But it wouldn't be good for you to trust yourself too much, you don't know what can happen. Issei. Don't worry, I have everything under control, plus you are here, I can't allow myself to lose. Well, you have come here to support me. Serafal. That's how Issei-kun speaks. Hugs him. We will do our best to cheer you up from here. When the girls heard this, they blushed, the brunette only responded with a smile. Issei. Well, I'd better go over there, where all the other participants are. Teleports. Issei returned along with Beerus, Whis and the other participants. Meanwhile, in the fight, Volley and Tsurumi were evenly matched. After exchanging blows with each other for a long time, they separated. Volley. Impressive. I didn't know that subjects from other universes could be so powerful. I didn't expect to try so hard. Trusted. Tsurumi. You better not underestimate me, boy. Annoying. The Namekian began to charge energy, opened his mouth, and a sphere of energy appeared. Albion. Volley, what are you planning to do? Volley. I think it's time to show my true power. The Namekian launched a very powerful beam of energy from inside his mouth. Volley stood there doing nothing, ready to receive the attack squarely. He extended his hands, stopping the beam of energy. Albion. Divide. Volley. Excellent. Trusted. The Namekian's attack was beginning to lose strength. Albion. Divide. Tsurumi's attack became too weak that it transformed into a small thin burst of energy. At that moment Volley lunged at him, about to punch him, but the Namekian blocked it, although it was not enough since Volley gave him a karate blow with such force that it broke the Namekian's arm in two. Volley stood back. In one jump. Volley. Oh wow, sorry, I didn't know that could happen. Tsurumi. Panting, don't trust yourself. Volley. But look at you, you don't have an arm, and you still want to keep fighting. Iris. From the stands, boy, don't trust yourself. Namekians can regenerate parts of their body. Volley. What? Surprised. Tsurumi. Hey, I regenerating his arm, I warned you. The Namek reached out and extended his arm towards Volley, rolling it up and catching him with it. He was preparing to throw Volley off the platform. Albion. Divide. The Namekian's grip began to weaken. Albion. Divide. Tsurumi. Again, damn, what did you do? Volley. I just weakened you a little. The Namek with his arm a little weak. Tsurumi. I'm tired of playing games with you, right now it's all or nothing. Volley. I'm telling you the same thing, I'm tired of playing. The Namekian began to charge energy and little by little began to increase in size, becoming giant. Tsurumi. What do you think? Trusted. Volley. Not bad. Tsurumi. Now disappear. Volley dodged the Namekian's attack with great ease, since due to his large size, it made him too slow. Albion. Have you planned a strategy yet, Volley? Volley. Yes, we will also go further. I, the one who will awaken. I am the celestial dragon who steals the principles of God's supremacy. I envy the infinity and pursue the dream. I will become the white dragon of supremacy. I will take you to the furthest limits of innocence. Juggernaut drive. Volley activated his juggernaut drive and began to struggle against Tsurumi. Albion. Divide. Volley took the opportunity to bite him on the neck, causing the Namek to weaken, and with one lunge, he threw him out of the sand. Referee. The first match is over. The winner is the participant Volley. The board changed, placing Volley's image in green and Tsurumi's in red. They both returned to their respective places. Iris. Well done, boy, you fought very well. Issei. I didn't expect anything less from you. Volley. Well, whatever, I've done my part. Referee. Universe 7 has the advantage with a match won, but this has just begun. The next fight will be between the participant Kale and the participant Eyes. Eyes. Well, it's my turn. Issei. Do your best, she is shy, but she is still a Saiyan. Eyes. Yes. I will give everything in this battle. Whis. Try hard, Eyes-san. Don't forget to put into practice what you have learned in training. Eyes. I will. Whis-sensei. Meanwhile on the Universe 6 side, we see a shy Kale being encouraged by Caulifla. Caulifla. Come on, Kale, show that guy how strong we you 6 Saiyans are. Kale. Yes, sister. Eidos. Well, Kale-san, do your best. With a smile. Kale. Yes, sensei. Both participants went down to the platform and the board lit up again with the images of both combatants. Both were face to face waiting for the referee to start the battle. Eyes. I see that you are a little nervous. I'm just going to ask you not to hold back against me. Kale. Yeah, that's okay. Eyes. Make sure you give it your all in this battle. Moving into its final form. Kale. Transforming into controlled legendary SSJ. Referee. Are you both ready to fight? They both began to hit each other. When one managed to land a blow, the other returned it. Meanwhile, Issei a little surprised by Aiza's attitude. Issei. Why the hell didn't he use his golden form from the beginning? Whis. Apparently I think he wants to test Kale-san. A21. What does Whis-san mean? Whis. Maybe Aiza noticed her timid behavior and thought that this would affect her fight. He thought that Kale-san wouldn't give her full power. Issei. I see, she is provoking Kale to use her maximum power. Iris. I just hope that doesn't make him lose, don't get too confident. Whis. Hey ho ho, Mr. Beerus, maybe you don't trust his disciples. Iris. But of course I do, I just said it's not okay to trust yourself. Issei. But look, Eyes seems to have the advantage. Eyes without much effort dodged Kale's attacks. From one moment to the next he counterattacked by punching her hard in the stomach, causing her to spit out a little saliva. Eyes. Seriously, that's all? I thought the U6 Saiyans were more powerful. What a disappointment. As she walked slowly towards Kale, who was somewhat exhausted, the cold demon grabbed her by the neck and lifted her up and punched her hard in the stomach. to then wrap her tail around the Saiyan's neck, sending her to the edge of the platform. Eyes began to throw energy balls at Kale, causing her to return to her base state. Even on the ground, Kale watched as Eyes approached to deliver the final blow. Kale. Damn, the training was of no use, Vado-sensei, and my sister will be disappointed, the Saiyan said in her mind. Out of nowhere a voice was heard cheering from the side of Universe 6. Let's go, Kale, what the hell is happening to you? Get up and beat that guy up. Kale. Sister, yeah, don't Issei starting to get up. The Saiyan increased her Kai enormously, making Eyes have to back away due to the air currents it produced. Kale. Don't Issei, as her eyes turned completely white. The Saiyan increased her size and her muscles, and her expression from her innocent and shy face changed to one full of fury and rage. Eyes. So you were hiding your strength. Without saying anything, Kale lunged at Eyes, taking her head and smashing it against the ground. He reacted by giving her a kick that only made her retreat a little. Eyes. Damn, how did she get all that strength? Kale stepped on Eyes' tail, preventing him from freeing himself, and like a punching bag, he began to hit him mercilessly. Issei. I knew something was going to go wrong. Also, that form looks similar to the one I used when I accidentally killed Dreg. Whis. That shape, it's terrifying. Let's hope Eyes-san manages to recover. Eyes. Furious, I am moving to her golden form. I'm tired of being kind to you. You will regret it for having provoked my fury and take it to the limit. Get ready to face golden Eyes. I'll give you an unbeatable beating. Throwing towards Kale. Eyes began to deliver a large number of blows to Kale at great speed. The Saiyan only received the blows. After having attacked her fiercely, the cold demon moved away and began to charge a supernova. When he threw it, it hit the Saiyan fully. No, as he began to launch rays from his finger in an unrestrained manner, causing the explosions to form a dense layer of smoke. Eyes. Gasping, damn, I put all my energy into those attacks, I hope it was enough. When the layer of smoke dissipated, she saw Kale bloodied with many scratches, but apparently she still did not care about the damage received, since she was still in the same position in which Eyes began to attack her. Eyes. But what the hell? Should you have fallen for that? It doesn't matter, launching to attack her. The Saiyan stopped Eyes' fist, gave him a big blow and grabbed him by the tail, and then smashed him several times on the ground. The Saiyan took him by the neck and dragged him across the sand until she got him out. Referee. Wow, the second fight is concluded. The winner is participant Kale. At that moment Kale was still consumed by rage. She began to release large rays and spheres of energy. Some of these were directed towards where Sona and the others were. Issei noticed. Issei. New transforming into SSJ Blue. At great speed she teleported in front of the spectators, deflecting the attack upwards, causing it to explode in the dome that Vados and Whis had made. Roswis. That was close, thanks Is. The Valkyrie did not finish speaking when she realized the magnitude of Issei's aura, clenching her fists and teeth, watching Kale with great hatred. Issei. Superior Kaikin. Dreg. Boosted Kaikin times 10. When Issei was preparing to attack Kale, Vados descended from her and with his staff, gave Kale a small blow on her forehead, causing her to return to her base state and fall unconscious. Vados. I'm so sorry. Kale got out of control. Vados carried her in his arms and took her to where the U6 participants were. Issei. Sighs and returns to her base state. Are you okay? Turning towards Sona and the others. Sona. Yes, if it weren't for you we wouldn't have survived. Issei. Well, I'll go see how Eyes as she teleports. Eyes. I'm sorry, I trusted myself and lost the fight. Iris. You didn't lose because of a difference in power. If you had gone from the beginning with your maximum power, you would have defeated her, even if she would have gone crazy. Whis. You should have thought more about your movements and not attacked out of desperation. If you had fought strategically you would have defeated her, but you gave your best effort. We must improve throughout the training. Ills. At least we're tied so far. Referee. Now we will go to the third fight. It will be between participant Saraerg and participant Coulder. Saraerg. Well, it's my turn. Eyes. Apparently he is an Arcosian like me, you should be careful with his transformations. Saraerg. I'll keep that in mind. Issei. Saraerg-san, his best effort. Saraerg. Rest assured. They both went down to the platform waiting for the referee to give the signal. Chapter 22. Epic Multiversal Battles. Clash between U6 and U7. Part 2. But the overall score tied between both universes. It was Saraerg and Coulder's turn, while both waited for the referee to give the signal to start. Issei wondered if that Arcosian was going to be as powerful as Eyes. Issei. So you said that he is also a cold demon. Turning to Eyes. Eyes. Yes, but physically it is seen that he has not evolved as much as those on my planet. Although I fear that he could have the golden form. Issei. Let's just hope that Saraerg-san does well. Iris. Hey Whis. Whis. Tell me, Mr. Beerus. Iris. Do you remember Frost, the cheater from the previous tournament? Whis. Yes, I remember it perfectly. Iris. Don't you have a feeling that he's going to be like that Frost guy and try to do something to take advantage and win dirty? Whis. Hey ho ho, although it is a good hypothesis, Mr. Beerus, let me tell you that the cold demons of Universe 6 settled on a planet and stopped following the dirty methods that Frost had implemented, so I don't think Coulter is like Frost, but never you know, remember that in these cases there can always be surprises. Jojo. Beerus. Damn, let's hope he's not up to anything bad. But both participants on the platform, they were both staring at each other. Coulter. Oh. So you're my opponent. What a shame, I wanted to fight the Saiyan. Sererg. Grown, you better not underestimate me. Coulter. Ho, apparently you're not scared even though you're aware of the power difference. Sererg. It's just trust. Coulter. Confidence. What do you mean by that, damn? Sererg. Confidence that I will tear you to pieces with my own hands. Coulter. Ho, I will make you taste the bitter taste of defeat served by my hand. Referee. Good to fight. Coulter began by launching blasts of Kai that Sererg deflected with his hands. At great speed he punched her in the face. With one kick he threw him away almost to the edge of the sand. Eyes. Apparently that Arcosian's attitude is very similar to my father's. Whis. Hijoho, my sister Vados told me that after getting rid of Frost the cold demons of Universe 6 took those of our universe as an example, and upon seeing Frieza's attitude they decided to follow in his footsteps. Issei. I see, then he will be as ruthless as him. Whis. You could say so. Returning to the fight, despite having been damaged first, Coulter began to provoke Sererg. Coulter. Don't get excited about hitting me. It was just beginner's luck. Sererg. Stop talking and attack me, somewhat angry. Coulter. You're getting really annoying, you know. The Arcosian lunged at Sererg, but he managed to block each of his blows and sent him away with a punch. Coulter. Panting, well, I didn't think I would encounter this little inconvenience. I think I'll start using my maximum power. Sererg just stared at him and somewhat annoyed. Coulter. Aye. While a violet aura surrounded him. Coulter. What do you think? I decided to go into my last form to destroy you once and for all. Sererg. Confident smile, do you think you're the only one who was containing his power? Coulter. How? Surprised. Sererg. Extending his arms, what you see here, they are restrictors, they decreased my strength and slowed me down a little, I will remove them at this moment. A yellow glow on Sererg's arms disappeared, releasing the maximum power and capability of him. Coulter. Ho, I didn't expect this will get more interesting. Both of them launched themselves to attack each other, even though Sererg landed fewer blows. When he did so he hit them with triple the force, both after being damaged for a long time, they both separated, panting from the fatigue of the battle. Coulter. Panting, what happened? Don't tell me you've already given up. Your face has changed, it no longer inspires confidence, instead I see an expression of fear. Sererg. Damn, stop talking nonsense. Coulter. Are you afraid of losing? Of disappointing your team? I see you try to hide your fear of defeat. Without responding, Sererg lunged at him, giving him an immense amount of punches. Sererg. I already love you, I'll tear you to pieces right now, as he increased the speed of his blows. After giving him a beating, the cold demon with his tail stopped Sererg's arm as he began to counterattack. Coulter. Don't get so excited, miserable, it's time for me to stop this nonsense, I will make you suffer for daring to attack me. The Arcosian attacked him mercilessly until he began to choke him with his tail, until he threw him away almost to the edge of the arena. When Sererg was about to approach Coulter to attack, the cold demon launched 2 rays of energy from his finger that crossed both of Sererg's legs, causing him to fall to his knees. Without thinking twice, the cold demon took the opportunity to give him the final blow and throw him out of the sand. Referee. The third match is over, the winner is participant Coulter. Even though the fight had ended, the cold demon left the arena in front of Sererg and mercilessly threw energy arrays at him again. Coulter. Ho, I told you I would make you suffer, you despicable vermin. Suddenly an explosion of energy was heard, it was Issei transformed into SSJ Blue, squeezing the cold demon's hand. Issei. Didn't you hear that the fight is over, furious? Issei gave him a blow that made him fly to the edge of the dome made by Vados and Whis. Before the Airicision could react, Issei was already in front of him, and without letting him fall to the ground, he began to give him a series of kicks and punches that made the cold demon bleed. Once satisfied he let it fall to the ground bloody and unconscious. Issei teleported towards Sererg and returned to his base state, helping him up and taking him to where the rest of U7 were. Sererg. Very hurt, forgive me, I let that wretch beat me. Issei. Don't worry, taking a seed from the hermit, you did what you could. Eat this, it will make you feel better. Vados had to pick up the body of the badly injured Coulter and take it to the others. Sererg regained his energy and stood in front of everyone. Sererg. Bowing everyone, I hope you can forgive me for my defeat, I am very sorry. Iris. Don't worry boy, you did well, you have earned my respect, despite the difference in powers you never gave up. Sererg. I appreciate it very much, Bira-sama. Iris. By the way, Issei. I appreciate that, Issei. The next fight will be crucial since if we lose you 6 will win. Referee. Good, now we will go to the fourth fight. This could be the last of the tournament. With a 2-1 advantage, U6 has the lead. The fourth match will be between Queen Caulifla of U6 and Android 21 of U7. A21. Well, it's my turn, motivated. Issei. 21-san. A21. What's happening? Issei gets up and hugs her, saying. Do your best, we all trust you, I know you will win your fight. A21. Don't worry, I'll win so you can fight too. The two separated and 21 went down to the fighting arena. Caulifla also came down, this one she was wearing the combat clothes that she wore in the tournament of strength. Caulifla. Hey, extending her fist, make it a fun fight. A21. Yes, but don't think I'll make it easy for you. Going into his Majin form. Caulifla. Hahaha, I like your attitude. Going to SSJ2. Referee. Are you both ready? To fight. Both began to attack each other, blocking their blows at a high speed. However, the gravity bed training with Issei had paid off as they fought. 21 increased the speed of her attacks, exerting great pressure on Caulifla. 21 evaded Caulifla hit and then punched her and sent her flying away with a kick. Caulifla. You're good. 21. You are not far behind either. Caulifla increased her Kai more and began to match 21 in speed, thus exchanging blows with each other. The combat was very even. Meanwhile, Issei looked at 21 with great confidence. Iris. Wow, even though 21 started well, the Saiyan of U6 begins to keep up with him. Whis. But it seems she managed to increase her abilities to a large extent. Issei. Yeah, she'll be fine, I trust her, I know she'll manage to win the fight. Iris. Let's hope so. In fight 21 he had the advantage, but Caulifla had also landed a few blows on him, both very tired, separated after having attacked each other fiercely. Both with many bruises, scratches and wounds looked at each other. Caulifla. You're very skilled, I didn't expect to have so much fun. But it's time I showed you a surprise. A21. What? Caulifla. Hi as her Kai increased and her hair grew. Issei. It can't be, that's the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Whis. I don't like this at all. Being a prodigy Saiyan, she managed to master the SSJ3 to her maximum power. I hope 21-san finds a way to turn the fight around and put it in her favor. Caulifla had reached SSJ3 and emanated a monstrous aura, releasing rays around her body. Caulifla. It took me a long time to master this transformation. 21 didn't say anything about it and just looked at her with some fear, but she knew that she had to win, otherwise Issei wouldn't have a chance to fight. Caulifla began to match 21 in speed as he attacked her, until she managed to break her defense and began to attack her mercilessly, giving her strong punches, until from one moment to the next, he kicked her, sending her to the brink of death. The sand. Caulifla. I really enjoyed fighting with you, but this has to end now. As she extended her hands carrying a ball of energy, this is over. Caulifla charged an energy attack with all her strength, while 21 only saw how the attack was about to hit her. Seeing this, she just smiled when she saw this and used her candy beam to compress Caulifla's attack and turn it into a chocolate. She picked it up and ate it, absorbing Caulifla's power. A21. Wow, that was very delicious. If she had to give it a score from 1 to 100, she would give it an 89, smacking. Caulifla. What the hell did you do? Panting. A21. I simply absorbed your power, now it's time for the counterattack. 21 launched himself and gave a strong kick to Caulifla's stomach, causing her to spit saliva and fall on her knees to the floor of the dollet, holding her belly. 21 extended his hand and charged a powerful ball of Kai and threw himself at Caulifla at point-blank range. He threw it out of the arena, thus winning the fight. Referee. The fourth match is over. The winner is participant 21. We are in an overall tie, and everything will be decided in the last fight. The final fight will be between the leaders of both teams. 21 approached Caulifla and extended her hand to help her up. A21. Get up. It was very fun extending his hand to her and with a smile. Caulifla. Huh. Strange, hahaha, I must say that you were surprised taking her hand. Next time I won't make it easy for you. A21. I tell you the same. They both left with their respective teammates and the board updated. Issei. Hugs her. You were incredible. How did you think of using the candy ray? You really impressed me. A21. Blushing. It's not a big deal anymore, I just did what I had to do, now it's your turn to do it by winning the fight. Referee. Well, the last fight will be between the participant Issei from Universe 7 and Charlotte from Universe 6. Issei. Gets up. Well, it's my turn. Eyes. Please win the tournament. Sererg. Yes Issei, we all know you'll make it, now go and beat up that guy. A21. Issei. Wait. Issei. What's wrong? The brunette didn't finish speaking when the android kissed him on the mouth. When they separated, they were both very blushing. A21. I wish you luck. Blushing. Issei. Yes, I promise I won't lose. Iris. Hey boy, don't even think about making a fool of me, now go and win the fight. Issei. Yes Mr. Beerus, trust me. Whis. Remember what we practiced in training Issei-san. Issei. Sure sensei, I'll make you proud. Issei came down to the platform very seriously, as did Shallot. Shallot. The time has finally come, and rest assured, this time I won't eliminate you with a single blow. Issei. Confident smile. That time it was because I didn't know where you were attacking from, now I'm much stronger than before, so I'll return what you did to me that day. Shallot. Wow, it seems like someone is very confident. Issei. You should be ashamed of using such cowardly techniques, especially if you are a Saiyan. Where is your Saiyan pride? Shallot. What do you mean by that? Something annoying. Issei. If you really have the blood of the most powerful warrior race in the universe, then fight with dignity like a Saiyan, without having to use such cowardly techniques. Or is it that you can't even transform into Super Saiyan? Shallot. Hey I transforming into SSJ2. Shallot. I'll show you that I don't need to use my time jump to tear you to pieces again. Issei. Transforming into SSJ2, then come and try to tear me to pieces. Referee. Very good, they are ready to fight. Both began to hit each other at great speed, but Issei's advantage was clearly noticeable as he began to dodge without any problem all of Shallot's attacks, who was desperately trying to hurt Issei. The brunette responded with a kick, and after a punch to the stomach he made Shallot spit saliva, and after another kick he sent him away. Issei. See, I told you. You are nothing more than a shame to the Saiyans. Without your jump in time you are completely defenseless. Shallot. Shut up, I don't have to prove anything, I will use my time jump as many times as necessary to destroy you. Issei. Then attack me at once. Shallot used his time jump to punch Issei in the chest, causing him to bleed. And so with his jump in time he is beating up Issei, who continued to receive each attack. Issei. Damn unhappy, turning to St. Blue. Let it be clear, vermin like you are destroyed with Super Saiyan Blue. Shallot attempted to do her time jump once again, but Issei surprisingly stopped her attack. Shallot. How could it be possible that he predicted my time jump? Issei. It's very simple, you use that technique so many times that it becomes very easy to predict it. Shallot. Impossible, doing his time jump again. Once again Issei stopped his attack and kicked him. Shallot. Damn, I have to increase the time jump to 2 seconds, said the Saiyan in his mind. Issei. Kyokin. Reg. Boosted Kakin times 10. Shallot used his time jump again, increasing its duration, but Issei stopped him again by responding with a strong punch. Issei. It's useless, the speed of the SSJ Blue combined with the Kakin is far beyond your time jump. Shallot. Don't be too overconfident, do you think my time jumps are my only trick up my sleeve? Issei. No matter what you use I will always defeat you. Shallot was standing there doing nothing, staring at Issei. Issei. What did you resign yourself to? Well, if you don't plan to attack then I'll attack. Issei launched himself towards Shallot, but he completely transferred Shallot's body, as if it were a hologram. Issei. But what? Out of nowhere Issei felt a blow on his arm, it was Shallot who was now behind him. Issei. What the hell was that? Shallot. Ha, I told you that time jumps weren't my only strong suit. Issei attacked him again, but got the same result. Shallot. With this technique, you have no chance against me. Issei. Ha. Shallot. What are you laughing at? Did you go crazy or what? Issei. You have a very good level not to use the Kai of the gods in exchange, I will show you something that is really worth it. Shallot. What did you say? Issei. Hey I. The dark pink aura covered Issei, his pure SSJ Blue energy had been replaced by negative energy, and his hair color changed to pink. Issei would finally use his Super Saiyan Rose power. Issei. Excellent, with a malicious smile, this magnificent form is the Super Saiyan Rose. Shallot. No matter what transformation you use, my techniques are invincible. Issei. Then I invite you to come closer and attack me with all your strength. Issei created a light barrier around his body. Shallot used her time jump and hit Issei with a blow that knocked him to the ground, and without letting him get up, the U6 Saiyan attacked him mercilessly, punching and kicking him, creating a crater in the ground, causing it to crack with each attack. Shallot noticed that Issei was smiling while receiving the attacks, which left him very shocked, and he jumped away. Issei stood up only to stand with his head lowered, as if inviting Shallot to give him the final blow. Shallot. You just turned out to be a talker, with this blow I will become the winner of the tournament. Shallot used his time jump. When he was preparing to give the final blow to Issei, he felt something pass through his body. He saw Issei with his hand extended, and from which a kind of Kai sword came out. Issei looked up and with a sinister expression, saw how Shallot was incredulous at Issei's response to his time jump. Issei. Pain can be very helpful, and in some cases addictive. Shallot. You are a miserable, spits blood. Issei vanished his Kai sword from his hand and kicked Shallot away. Issei. It's painful, but I held back enough not to kill you. Shallot. But how is it possible? Still sore. Issei. It's simple, you thought this was a simple transformation similar to the others. No, 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 the SSJROs is the perfect form of the Saiyan race, combined with the Kai of the gods. The reason I let you hit me was so I could deduce your technique once and for all and in a certain part to have some fun. But that is not all. Shallot. What did you say? Issei. Hey I. Issei's power rose much more, her hair stood up more than normal, and rays of light came from her body. Issei. I managed to take my power much further, I managed to take the SSJROs to level 2, now my level is unattainable for anyone. Shallot got up with some difficulty and used his time jump once more. But Issei blocked his fist, responded with a strong punch, and used his Kai sword again, pointing towards Shallot. From Issei's arm began to come out some kind of sharp pieces of Kai. They passed through Shallot while he screamed in pain, making for him to fall on his knees covered in blood. Issei approached slowly. Issei. But what a sad way to lose a fight, you don't even have the courage to look at my face. This is your end, joining his hands in the direction of Shallot. Fanayil Kamehameha. Issei launched a final Kamehameha at point-blank range at Shallot, knocking him out of the arena, thus winning the tournament. Referee. The winner is the participant. Issei. Universe 7 is the winner of the tournament. Issei, still in SSJ, Rose teleported to where Sona and the others were. 21 was already next to them in his human form, they all rushed towards him to hug him and congratulate him. While Issei was talking to the girls about him, Surziches interrupted him and Issei, consumed by the SSJROs too, pierced him with his Kai sword. Issei. Do you dare to interrupt me, dirty and impure demon? Surziches fell to the ground, badly injured by Issei's attack. Riaz came to his aid. Riaz. What the hell is wrong with you? Why did you hurt him? Issei. You again, he only got what he deserves. Riaz. Crying why? I know we committed the biggest stupidity of our lives, but you have become a monster. Why? Issei. Don't you understand? The person responsible for creating this monster was you, and I will take advantage of this opportunity to make you pay for what you did to me. With a sadistic smile. Meanwhile in Canton City, home of the Time Patrollers. Supreme Kaio of Time. Trunks, where are you? Trunks. What's wrong? Supreme Kaio of Time. You have to see this, I'm detecting a lot of time disturbances. Trunks. What? That can't be possible. Miera and Towa no longer exist. Io of Time. Apparently those who were in the time to which you recently traveled were nothing more than a kind of clones. Trunks. That makes sense, no wonder we defeated them so easily. I'm Kaio. You should go get help, I don't think you can defeat them on your own. Trunks. Okay, it's time to visit Issei-san again. Chapter 23. The Return of Trunks. Issei, a time patroller. Issei, consumed by the negative energy of SSJROs 2, was about to attack Riaz. The Saiyan extended his arm, drawing his Kai sword once again, beginning to walk towards the Reteed with a sadistic look. Issei. It's time that I make you pay for humiliating me like that. The Saiyan had not finished speaking when he felt a blow on his face. It was Chisato who, very annoyed, slapped him to make him see reason. Issei just looked at her in disbelief at Chisato's reaction. Chisato. What the hell do you think he's doing? Angry, you are behaving like a complete idiot. You are not the Issei we know and love so much, please come to your senses once and for all. He is not an enemy. Issei. Hasegawa-sensei returning to his base state. Issei approached Surziches and gave him the last hermit seed he had left and he recovered. Issei. Forgive my behavior Saiyaji's-sama, I am aware that it was not right to respond that way. Bowing. Surziches. Don't worry, it was my fault for interrupting you, I just wanted to congratulate you for winning the tournament and for having fought in an extraordinary way. Issei. I appreciate it very much. Surziches walked away with Riaz towards the other leaders. Surziches. I would like to celebrate it in some way, how about a dinner in the underworld? Issei. Okay, I'll invite my teachers and the others who participated in the tournament. Surziches. Sounds good to me, I promise it will be a good banquet. Issei. We'll be there. Surziches left along with Riaz with the faction leaders, leaving Issei back together with Sona and the others. Chisato looked at him still upset, so she hugged him. Chisato. You're a fool. She hugs him tighter. Forgive me for hitting you, but it was necessary. Issei. Don't worry, I know I deserved it, at least it's all over now, we won the tournament and everything will be fine. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll go with Whis-sensei and Beerus-sensei. Separating from Chisato, the brunette teleported along with Whis, Beerus and the others. Beerus. Even though you fought like a complete fool saying stupid things that way caught my attention, our fight is taking a long time to come. Issei. The next time I go to train I promise I will give you a good fight Mr. Beerus. Whis. Jijoho, to tell the truth, I didn't expect you to manage to take the Super Saiyan God to the second level. Issei. To tell the truth, I had it saved for a while and my body feels a little sore from the excess energy. Whis. So for now focus on resting. Issei. Oh by the way Surziches-sama said that he would hold a banquet in honor of winning the tournament. Beerus. That sounds delicious. I wonder what underworld food tastes like. Issei. I'll call you when everything is ready. Iris. Don't forget about our fight. At that moment someone was approaching Issei. It was Caulifla and Kale who flew to where the chestnut tree was, and you were two teachers. She looked somewhat serious, which Issei thought was due to the merciless beating she gave to Shallot. It was obvious that a mother cared about her son. Caulifla. Hey, you serious? Issei. What's happening? Somewhat nervous. Caulifla. Approaches him. That transformation was incredible. You have to teach me how to do it. Takes his hands. It was great, Kale, and I have to learn it with stars in his eyes. Issei. It's a bit complicated, but I'll try to teach it to you one day. Caulifla. Taking Kale by the hand. Did you hear that, Kale? Turning to Issei. I hope you're not lying. Issei. Yes, don't worry about that. By the way, Kale. Kale. Blushed and nervous. Yes. Issei. That power you showed, it surprised me, by chance. Do you know what it is? Kale. Well, not really. It had been a long time since she had used that transformation. Issei. Well, it doesn't matter. She extends her fist. I would like to fight with you again. Smile. Kale is very red and nervous. Without hesitation she hugs him, to which everyone is very surprised. Issei. Huh. Corresponds to the hug. One separated from the hug, both leave to go with those of their universe. Whis. Jijoho. Issei-sen, I didn't know you were so good with girls. Issei. Huh. It's nothing. A hug doesn't mean anything at all. Whis. I don't think they think the same. Pointing towards the stands. Issei. What? When he turned around he saw all of his girls staring at him with a murderous look full of jealousy, to which he only responded with a nervous smile. The brunette turns around to talk to his teacher again. Issei. By the way, thoughtful pose. What was the objective of the tournament? Bills. Huh. Surprised by Issei's question. Well, take it as training. Don't expect anything in return if I'm testing you. Whis. Ho Mr. Beerus, why don't you tell Issei-san that it was his and Mr. Champa's whim? Iris. Will you shut up, Whis? Also, that is not true. Don't worry, I will compensate you all somehow. Issei. Anyway, it's nothing that interests me at the moment. The tournament concluded, all spectators and participants returned to their respective universes and homes. The rest of the day passed normally. The next day. The day after the tournament started normally, with everyone getting up early and going to school. While Issei was in class he was somewhat thoughtful about the strategy he would use to fight Beerus. Suddenly the teacher caught his attention. Teacher. Hi to Issei. Issei. What's wrong, sensei? The brunette asked, surprised, thinking that they would ask him something about the class. Teacher. The student council needs your presence. Issei. Huh? When Issei turned towards the classroom door, he saw Tsubaki, so he got up and left the classroom. Issei. What's wrong, Tsu-chan? Tsubaki. I need you to come with me to the student council room. Sona wants to talk to you. Issei. Really? So, let's go. They both began to walk through the school hallways until they reached the student council room. When they entered, the room was empty. Issei. Huh? No one. Tsubaki. Sit down, it won't take long to arrive. Issei sat on a large sofa in the living room. Tsubaki went to the door, looked both ways and closed the door, locking it. Lemon skipped. Please read it on website. Issei. Damn, that was incredible. Tsubaki. Do you want to continue? Throwing at Issei. When they were about to go for the second round, someone knocked on the door of the student council. Sona. Tsubaki, are you there? Issei. Damn, it's Sona. Quickly, Tsu-chan, get dressed again. They both put on their clothes and Tsubaki with magic cleaned up all the mess they had left. Just when Sona opened the door, Issei teleported to the schoolyard. Fortunately for lunch the bell rang. After that intimate experience with Tsubaki, Issei's classes passed normally. When Issei was leaving school accompanied by his girls, at the entrance of the school, there was someone leaning with his back to the wall. It was Trunks, who was a little different from the last time he visited them. Issei. Huh? Trunks. What are you doing here? Trunks. Hello Issei. Hello girls. Well, the truth is that a lot of things happened. Issei. You even look different. Trunks. That's right, I went back to my old look. The truth is that the ponytail is bothering me a little, but that's not important. I need to talk to you. Issei. Did something bad happen? Trunks. We'd better talk about this somewhere else. They all walked home and settled in so Trunks could tell them what was going on. Issei. What, are Mira and Towa still alive? Trunks. That's right, I don't know how the hell they alternated between two timelines. Furthermore, it seemed very strange to me that they were defeated so easily. Sona. Maybe they already knew that Demigra would fail and they prepared for this. Chisato. I imagine that with Towa's magic they would have used a cloning method or something like that. Trunks. The reason I came here is to ask for his help, and not just Issei's but everyone's. Raswas. All of them. Trunks. I need everyone's help because Mira and Towa have been traveling through time, changing the events of history. If this continues, many events in history will change and affect us all. Issei. Count on us, we Saiyans have to support each other. I'll let Kiba know. Trunks. Sounds good to me, we'll have to act as quickly as possible. Issei. Well, I'll be back in a moment. The brunette teleported to bring back his friend. In a few minutes they were both at the Haidu residence. Issei. Ready, it's here. Kiba. Trunks sensei, he bows. I am very pleased to see you again. Trunks. I'm also glad to see you again. Issei. Well Trunks, we're ready. Trunks. Well, come with me, we will go to the place where we will plan everything. One thing you should know is that no matter how long it takes us there, we will return to this time the same moment we left. Issei. That sounds good, it's like we never went. Trunks. Well, time to go, I'll give you a little time to prepare. Issei. Damn, I don't have hermit seeds, I'll go with Master Karen. Trunks. Don't worry about that, in Content City we managed to create our own hermit seeds. Issei. That's incredible, well then let's go. Everyone prepared to travel to Content City and went to the courtyard. Trunks took out a capsule which, when he threw it, a time machine came out, everyone entered, Trunks placed the codes necessary to travel in time, the machine rose and disappeared in a flash. Now they were in a kind of time tunnel where they could see different wormholes and other timelines, at the bottom of the tunnel they could see Year 851, Content City. When they had reached the end of the tunnel they saw that they were over a city where there were many other people. Issei. What is this place? Seeing through the glass. Trunks. As I mentioned before, this is Content City, home of the time patrollers. From here we make sure that all the events of the story happen as they should. Serafal. It is a very beautiful city. Right so Tan. Sona. Huh. Yes, blushing. By the way Trunks, there is something I don't understand. Trunks. What? Sona. You said that Mira and Towa had altered the events of the story, if so then why haven't we seen any changes in ourselves or other people yet? Chisato. I was just about to ask you the same question. Trunks. When they alter any moment in history, we have a small amount of time to act, that is why I looked for them as quickly as possible. When they attacked for the first time I took care of everything returning to normal. But just before I traveled to their time they kept attacking, that's why I looked for them as fast as I could. Roswis. That means we only have one chance. Trunks. Exactly, that's why we must act with great caution. Well, we're here. The time machine landed in front of a portal, everyone got out and entered said portal. When they reached the other side, there was a very nice place with a couple of buildings, a small pond and a large tree in the center. A21. What is this place? Trunks. This is the nest of time, from here we monitor everything that happens in history, and from here we start to fix it. I see they are already here. Chisato. Long time no see Chronoa. Chronoa. A Furia-san, I say the same. Tsubaki. Does Hasegawa-sensei know her? Chisato. She is the supreme Kayasama of time, she maintains control in this place. Trunks. Exactly. Chronoa. Well, if everyone is here, follow me. Everyone followed the supreme Kayasama of time, they entered the building that had the large tree on top, upon entering they found many temporal scrolls and a table where there were holograms of different events in history. Chronoa. I imagine Trunks would have already explained to you what is happening. Issei. Yes, he did it when we were coming here. Chronoa. I have to tell you that you are also involved in the changes you have made. Hiroka. What do you mean by that? Chronoa. In the moments that Mira and Towa have intervened, Goku-san, Trunks and also Issei-san have been affected. So they have to divide into groups. The organization of these groups is at your disposal. Issei. I think it would be better if you told us which events in history have been altered so we could organize ourselves in a better way. Chronoa. The first moment where we must intervene is in the battle against Frieza on Earth when he carried out his revenge. Mira and Towa stole the hermit seeds, so Goku-san was never able to recover, and Cooler was also revived and is more powerful than ever. Vegeta-san will not be able to against both of them. Issei. I'll go with Hasegawa-sensei. I am sure that I will make a good team with Mr. Vegeta, and I also think that if they see Trunks there will be suspicions, and the timeline will be further altered. Hasegawa-sensei will be able to make my grandfather recover his energy and not die from the damage received. Sona. Are you sure? Worried. Issei. Yes, trust me. Chronoa. Well, it's already decided. Second to the battle against Loki in the underworld, Towa stole Phoenix's tear that made Issei-san recover from the damage received. In addition, Loki was empowered by his power. They must find a way to make Issei-san recover and defeat Loki. Issei. I think it would be best for 21 to take care of that, Trunks. Since at that moment no one knows them and they can act as mysterious allies. Chronoa. Finally, Goku's arrival on Earth after Namek, Frieza and his father arrived earlier than expected and his army is attacking the city. They must protect the civilians and defeat Frieza's army until Trunks arrives to murder Frieza and his father. Issei. So-chan, Kuroka, Sarah-chan, Akeno-san and Ross-chan, I think they will be enough and if they use the fusion, they won't have any problems at all. Well, if you are ready, you must act now, we cannot waste much time. Pranoa. Silas Sama. Issei. Hey Trunks, who is he? Trunks. It's Silas, he was the first-time patroller. Silas approaches Issei and stares at him. Silas. I thank you very much for helping us in this situation. Issei. No problem, I promise we will do our best. Silas. Well, it's time. Taking out a scroll. Everyone gathered in the groups they had said, waiting for Silas to send them to each moment of the story. Issei. Well, it's time to fix the story. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.